my name's Frank Thompson, but most of you would know me as Tommo the camp oven cook. Ever since I left school as a young fella to work in the shearing sheds out back of Western New South Wales, I knew that a few good recipes and a bit of camp oven cooking nous could take you a long way in this world. But not even I knew how far it did go. Since then, I've been on the road travelling around Australia, writing books and camp oven cooking for people all over this beautiful country. I've cooked damper in Moree, roast in Roma, fish and chips in Seisha on the tip of Cape York. Now I'm getting ready for my biggest adventure yet. 30 years ago, I visited Hong Kong, lured by the attraction of the unknown and the chance to meet people from a world far renowned from my life in the bush. What I found was an incredible country, moving about 1 million miles an hour, with people as friendly as you'd meet in just about any pub in Australia. Now I'm keen to head back into this time. I want to go one step further, into the next great frontier, China. But first, to the little island nation known to us Aussies simply as honkers. Hong Kong is one of the most densely populated countries on the planet. At just over 1,000 square kilometres, it's not even half the size of Fraser Island, but incredibly, there's about 7 million people living here. I was in Hong Kong back in the 80s, and I can tell you things have changed. If you want to have a look at Hong Kong, how things have changed, join the old bush cook, and let's have a look. All this urbanisation has forced the locals to get a bit creative with their day-to-day life. Like this bloke, who has found one of the most unusual fishing spots I've ever seen. While the city might look pretty impressive during the day, it's even more astonishing at night when the island lights up like a giant Christmas tree. I've met up with a mate of mine from back home, Peter Samios, who does a bit of work here and has a great local restaurant for me to check out. Oh, look at him getting the fish out. Oh, now Hong Kong people are great on fridges. So when they want to fish, they love it lovely and fresh. And what they do is in with a basket, hook this fella out, put him there, kill him, put him on the post, and straight out on the table. It can't get any better than that. This one. Oh, look at him. Look at that.
Oh, beautiful. No. Careful.
Beautiful. Beautiful, look. Now don't tell me that's not fresh. You can't get any fresher than that. That'll suit the old camp oven cook, I can tell you. Now that fish was only swimming off the Barriga Reef a couple of days ago, and here I am sitting in Hong Kong, hey, and enjoying one of Australia's greatest exports, coral trout. Hey, Peter, would you like a bit of coral trout?
I'd love a bit of coral trout.
I'm an honoured guest here tonight. Would you believe that I have the head of the fish and the tail? And that is the greatest compliment you can ever be served in Hong Kong. Also China, but in Hong Kong mainly. If you get served the head and the tail, you're an important person. Would you believe it, the old camp oven cook, an important person? With a belly full of Aussie trout, we're out on the street to check out Hong Kong's other after dark attraction. I'm excited! The only thing that I've ever wanted to do is come to one of these Asian markets, and Hong Kong are the best of them. Have a look behind me. people everywhere. Anything you want to buy, it's here. And am I excited? I'm looking for a couple of iPods and I'm going to do a bit of bargaining. Come on, let's go.
Now is ready to buy.
No, no. I think at least that.
Oh, wrong number. Wrong number.
Right number.
Wrong number.
Right number because you know. You know. You know. Come on. I'll tell you what. Look.
One is right number.
I'll tell you what.
Two is
I'll tell
the
you.
wrong number.
But what about this one? Hey, this one. Right. One, two. Right? Right. I said two. But now we do four. 600.
Okay, good price. I'll give you money, you give me four.
Okay. There you go.
Oh,
600.
Back when I was here in the 80s, the shopping was so cheap and great fun. But of course, since then the Chinese have taken over. And to be honest, I was worried they might have changed the place. But I can tell you, it's still as good as I remember. Bargaining is still a national pastime.
Money is 200. Liar, nose gets bigger, liar.
We've been doing a bit of bartering here, and it's very hard work, I can tell you. If you don't barter when you come to these places in Asia, I'll tell you, you're going to get ripped off. These fellas have started at a really high price. We've got them down to really low. They're still making money.
You're confusing me
and
now.
we're having a lot of fun.
You are confusing me now. How much now? How much? I'll tell you what I want, right? No bullshit.
It's not just electronics on sale. The night markets are also home to some more traditional wares, like clothing custom made on the spot. When you visit in Hong Kong, take advantage of the tailors here. You can get a shirt made, or a pair of pants, or a suit made overnight. Here's my old mate John.
Hello, fella. Good to see
G'day,
you
mate.
again.
Good to see you again, eh? What can you do for me today? Make me a shirt or two?
Yeah, I can make for you shirt, suit,
Anything.
trouser, anything. What you
How
want.
long?
I can give you ready tomorrow morning.
This will be the only place in the world while they're measuring you for a shirt that he gives you a free beer. How about that? Hey, John, you're the best guy. Oh, I was just about to say carpenter, wasn't I? Hey, you're a tailor, aren't you, mate? How cool's this? Tomorrow morning I'm going to have a shirt. Brand new shirt. Stick around because coming up after the break, my Asian honesty continues as we check out one of Hong Kong's nearest neighbours. Now, where's the bush cook today? Well, I'm in a little place called Hong Kong. Now, I've witnessed the emerging of two great industrial giants, Japan and America, after the Second World War. There is a third one rising now, and it's the mighty dragon, and it's China. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to head up to China and have a look at this country, and it's going to be the greatest industrial giant you've ever seen. Now, if you want to have a look through an old bushie's eyes, the old bush cook, come and join me. Before we head over to China, I've booked a ferry ride to one of Hong Kong's nearest neighbours, Macau. Macau is just 60 k's from Hong Kong, so after about 40 minutes on the ferry, you're there. What makes this place so interesting are the contrasts between old and new. Like Hong Kong, the landscape is dominated by skyscrapers, but look around and you'll find plenty of tradition to explore. I'm at a Buddhist temple that was built in the Ming Dynasty, 500 years old. Have a look at that up there. It is outstanding. 500 years old, Ming Dynasty. You can't see things like this today. And the artwork is fantastic. We're in the Buddhist temple, and everybody here, they have all this fruit and that which they put out every day for their ancestors so they don't go hungry. Of course, given the small size of the island, you're never too far from modern civilization. Yeah, in 1985 when I was here, there was all these little old buildings like this down here. In fact, they've done away with a lot of the shanties. Over here you've got a hospital, over here you've got this great big, I think it's a casino. It's just come up so well. so many people, there's so much traffic, I just don't know how I'm going to get through. Have a look at it. Compared to Australia, Macau is just a speck of a country, less than 30 square kilometres all up. So the easiest way to see the sights is to hail a taxi. A full day with a driver like our man John here will set you back 100 to 130 Aussie dollars. We're headed across one of the 3 massive bridges that connect the Macau Peninsula to Taipu Island, home to a few of the biggest casinos in the world.
Because it have one big hotel, Venetian casino, 3,000 rooms.
It's hard to comprehend, but these hotels have up to 2,000 and 3,000 rooms each, and to keep them entertained there's about 1,000 tables in the big ones. And who looks after all these tourists? Well, this casino employs almost 5,000 workers just to keep the doors open. Isn't that incredible?
Welcome to Macau.
If you come to Macau, you're better off to get a little fella like John here.
Thank you.
And he takes about 3 or 4 hours. You get up and see all the ruins, over and see all the casino. If you didn't get a taxi like John, you wouldn't get around to see it. So look John up when you come to Macau.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Coming up after the break, look out China. Here comes the bush cooks. Stick around and see how I go. If you've just tuned in, you've joined me, Tommo the Bush Cook, on my wildest adventure yet, exploring the country many people have described as the last great unknown of the 21st century, China. Now I'm somewhere in China, don't ask me where I am, because I'm flat out to pronounce the words, but I'm having a great time. I'm a firm believer in experiencing a country through its local people. That way you get to see all the attractions off the regular tourist track. I've arranged to meet up with a young local girl, Sky, who wants to take me on a tour of the fresh fruit street markets, commonly found throughout China. Fruit.
Yeah. You can have a try. Don't eat this. Eat inside. Is it delicious?
Very nice.
Yeah, I think it's very nice.
Looking at this, looks like a pair of buffalo horns. When you taste it,
Nice.
yeah, I don't know what you call it. It's like a walnut type taste. Little duck.
Yeah, little duck and this chicken. Chicken.
这个也是鸡来的，
是鸡吗？
这宇哥来的，
Boy, you've got some
不是大
tucker
哥，
in.
是 chicken。
She said it's not that, it's chicken. I made a mistake.
Eh?
It's
Chicken.
very delicious. I like this very much. Very delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How much are they?
I don't know. How much is this one?
哎，我想要鏡頭啦！你成日擺喺咁我撈機做
The
啊！
little one. How much is it? 多少錢？什麼？18 RMB. Yeah.
18 RMB for a pigeon.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. Come on. Sing.
This one looks like a minuet spinach. Have a look at that.
Very cute. Right? Very cute.
Might have to come and get some of those later.
This one? Lai chai. Yes.
good
Lai
name.
chai. 苦瓜. The Chinese name.
Don't you feel sorry for the chook that laid this one?
Much bigger than this one, right? Goose egg. Goose egg.
Yeah.
Duck egg.
While China has always been known as exotic food and culture, these days it's become more and more renowned for its manufacturing powerhouse. With a huge population, upwards to 1.3 billion, good roads and rail infrastructure, and generally high productivity, China is now the largest manufacturer of goods on the planet, exporting everything from clothing to electronics. When you're travelling China, you've got to look around at some of these factories. I've just arrived at a portable induction cooker, and I've met Emily, this lovely lady sitting here. Emily, can you show me the factory, love?
Okay, Tommo, follow me. Welcome.
This is what I like about China, they're so friendly. In this factory, they manufacture a product called the Smart Touch Portable Induction Cooker. A nifty little product I saw in the market the other day. It's basically a portable stovetop, which you can take with you out to work, in the caravan or on your next camping trip. But don't think because it's tiny, it's lacking power. The Smart Touch can boil water 3 times quicker than gas and 5 times quicker than electricity. This little induction cooker has taken Asia by storm and it's just about to hit Australia, and I can't wait to have a look how they make it. While Emily might look young, I can tell you she runs a very tight ship in this factory, and with so many other manufacturers working away in this area alone, the pressure's on to build high quality or risk using the contract to other competitors.
For 40 minutes, for every piece, master check very well.
It means you check every one of these induction cookers for 40 minutes before you put it in the box to send out
Yeah.
overseas to our customers in Australia. Quality control is definitely the name of the game here, with testing done every step of the way to ensure no faulty cookers ever leave the factory floor. I've never enjoyed an experience as good as this. As you can see, they've got all these portable induction cookers being tested. Now, Emily has told me that the first shipment, the Smart Touch portable induction cooker, is on its way to Australia. So all you caravan people, 4-wheel drive, motorhomers, and even travelling salesmen, and what a great little thing to take into the motel, put on there, and you can cook anything you want to. Or anybody at home that wants to save money, because these ones use a fraction of the power that your big electric stove uses at home. I know for a fact that I've got one. It's certainly been an eye-opener, and as the day draws to a close, it's back to the hotel, where there's one last surprise waiting for me. I'm at the White Swan Hotel, and if you've never been here, what an experience. Sitting here in the sunset, just after sunset, all these beautiful lights come up on the river, and they're actually boats. It took me a while to realise it. China. Each night the Pearl River is lit up by wonderful decorated cruise boats, providing the perfect backdrop for a few drinks. This really is a country that never sleeps. I've had a couple of days in Hong Kong. Now I'm off to the big adventure, the biggest trade show in the world in China. Imagine me, the old bush cook in China. We're on our way to China. Have a look at this train. Have things changed in the last 30 years since I was in? Used to be an old steam train. Now we ride in luxury. Like everything here in China, the Canton import and export fair is supersized. Think of the biggest shopping centre you've ever seen. Now quadruple the size and put a couple of stories on top. It is really massive. Got the map, but I think that much here, I just don't know where to start. There's that many pavilions. All up, they reckon there's something like 60,000 booths displaying products and services from all sorts of trade companies, factories, scientific research institutions, and foreign investment. More than 200,000 reps from around the globe attend this event, which this year stretched over, get this, 1.2 million square metres of floor space. Of course, it's impossible to get around and see the whole lot in just a couple of days, even with the help of these buggies that they supplied to get from one end to the other. I met a gentleman at the Canton Fair that was selling EcoPot. I said to him, I have an EcoPot in Australia, and I was invited in to come and have a look at the factory, and that's where I'm heading. Meet Nicole. She runs the factory that manufactures the Eco-Thermal cooker, which is distributed to countries all over the world, including back home in Australia. EcoPot work by using incredible low power levels and retaining thermal heat, making them a more energy efficient and safe way to cook meals. Yeah, well, I didn't know how they made handles. On my EcoPot at home, it's got little handles, saves burn in your hands. This is the girl that does it. And isn't she good at it? She's quick too.
Making the sandwich with butter.
Well, I've always wondered why my EcoPot was so heavy and thick in the bottom. Now, is there only 2 layers there in the EcoPot?
3 layers.
3 layers in
Yes,
EcoPot?
3 layers.
Well, most of them, like the one you're building here today, which is not EcoPot, has only got 2.
Yes, that's true, but the EcoPop got 3 layers.
3 layers, that's
Yes.
why they hold their heat.
Yes.
God, have a look at this little fella doing it. We're saying about 3 layers in the EcoPot. If you look at it there, you can actually see the 3 layers.
Yes.
This one here is only getting 2. EcoPot, they put 1 layer down, they stick it, and then they put another press together, and then they stick it again and press together till they get 3 layers. And that's what gives EcoPot the advantage over any other thermopot on the market. Nicole tells me that they get the flat bit of metal here, and if you watch it, this machine will come down and press it, and it comes out just looking like that. So there's no welds or anything to collect any dirt or anything, it's just one beautiful smooth inside the pot. They're made up of 2 pots, and in it, which cooks the food, utilising the unique tri-ply base, and an outer which can be connected to either 240 or 12 volt to keep the meal cooking as long as you want. Once the electricity part goes in the switch, it comes over here and is tested with a little red light. If that little red light doesn't go out, then they put it under the press and they press the bottom in. Now that doesn't happen if that red light doesn't come on. Like the induction cooker factory we visited earlier, this place is all about quality control, with testing done every step of the way to make sure every pot is a winner. As you've seen EcoPots coming along the production line, they get tested at every point, and that's what makes them the best thermo cooker in the world. Because there are thousands of them getting sent out, container loads all over the world. They can't afford to have any coming back. So remember, if you're looking for a pot, EcoPot. After receiving so much from the warm and friendly people here in China, I thought I'd finish off my trip by giving something back in the only way a bush cook can. Now Nicole and the staff have woke up that I'm from Aussie land, Australia, and they've asked me to cook something from Australia. Well, I'm going to do my bush stew. See, I am a bush cook. All I'm going to do is cut up all these veggies and some meat. I'm going to put some oil in the bottle, not too much. I'm going to put that in there. Ta-da. Now, all these go in. Look. We've cut all the veggies and all the goodies up. We've got all our spices and everything in there. Oh, there's some potatoes that you were cutting up, Nicole. Put them in on some meat I've left over. Now we want a bit of this. No worries, in she goes. Ta-da-da-da. A bit of this. We've got to have a bit of that. Now, I'm going to cook this on our induction cooker. Would you believe, Nicole, we're cooking on Nicole's boardroom table. Would you believe, with an eco pot? That's how good they are. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of Chinese for you, love. First off, we're just going to get that there like that. 1 cup of rice, this is how simple it is, and 2 cups of water. Now that's boiling water, so you don't have to put it on the stove or anything, as long as you've got boiling water. We bring that over, set that on there like that. Now we're going to boil that for 20 minutes, Nicole. Drop it into our eco pot, and your meal will be cooked at 5:30 when all your staff knock off. Because I can't stick around, I've got to go and catch a boat.
Thank you for the dinner to me and my staff. Now we got the present for you. The baby apple prop.
A baby eco pot?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. I'll be
You
able...
take the fruit long up to back to the Australia.
Oh, I will, darling, I will treasure that. But I'll keep my food hot while I'm in China.
Yes.
And Nicole's having a baby too. Good luck with your little baby, darling.
Thank you very much.
And I'll have to hit that boat now. But Nicole was very, very kind to me today, because she'd only had 3 or 4 weeks before she has a baby, and she took me all around the factory. There's not many people who'll do that for you. These Chinese people are fantastic. Sadly though, it's time for my great Chinese adventure to draw to a close. But it's certainly an experience I won't forget anytime soon. And hey, I'm sure the people I met won't forget meeting this crazy Aussie in the big hat and glasses anytime soon either. I've just boarded an aeroplane back to Brunei and on to Australia. If you ever think of doing a trip to China, don't be frightened. I was a little bit frightened when I first came here. I thought it'd be very scary. But what I found is the people are fantastic. You had no problems walking around the street. The money was easy to change. And I'm looking forward to my next trip to China.